4.
Course is clear.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League.
DRL fans, how are you feeling? It's time to get excited
For a night of drone racing. The best drone racers in the world take to the Silicon Valley skies to prove they're made to win.
What's up, DRL fans? Let's get to it! Woo! Let's go!
This is drone racing.
Let's send it.
This is DRL. Welcome to the DRL Algorand World Championship. We're at PayPal Park in San Jose for the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. We're moments away from racing as the first group of 6 pilots are in the flight deck to start the semifinals. Let's run you through the pilots and colors they will fly here in semifinal number 1. Halo Walker in seat number 1 from Germany flies the flashing pink drone. Vanover, the 2019 DRL World Champ, flies the disco drone. Singu from Spain flies orange. Pavelos from Poland flies orange and white. Maverick flies red. And Siva from the Dominican Republic flies green and white. Semi-final 1, Heat 1. Another chance to drop in and deliver the hold shot for the U.S. Air Force gate. Now they go up to the west roof. How about Singu in orange right there in the lead just in front of Halo Walker in the flashing pink, but a great extension and surge from Halo Walker. Oh! Halo Walker went wide. Vanover now in the flashing disco drone out in front as they go to the south roof.
A really great recovery there by Halo Walker during that midair, but it allowed Vanover to slip on through. You know, we always talk about being in the right place at the right time, and Vanover was there to strike.
Only 3 drones up, and there they are in order. Vanover, Halo Walker, and Maverick. Vanover, that flashing drone, get used to seeing it at or near the front. They'll go down through the square gate. That sets up the Google Cloud gate. Great job by Vanover to stay in the lead and even perhaps extend that lead.
Vanover is in a very good place right now. If he gets that first right now, he's moving on to the finals already.
Clockwise turn around the north roof. Oh, Halo Walker still trying to get him through the U.S. Air Force gate one final time. It's going to be close, but Vanover hits it number 1.
It's me! It's baby time! Let's go, baby! Woo! Let's get it! Summer camp's over, baby. That was a heater. It's Danny time.
Paul, our longtime fans know crashes usually affect the outcome.
Yeah, first race of a big night. Everybody made it through clear and onto the west roof, but in the west roof, we lost our first drone. We lost Pavelos and Singu early, but the rest of the 4 carried on. In the first square gate, we have Halo Walker take it a little bit too deep and crashes because of a mid-air collision. But watch out, he's going to come back and make a big appearance. Then, on the second lap, we lose Maverick chasing down Halo Walker and Vanover. He just cuts it a little bit too far. We've lost all of those LEDs now. This is Halo Walker's view chasing in Vanover. Look how far he is away from him now, but he goes through the north groove, cuts it a little bit tighter. He's taking that wider line into the Pentagon gate, and he's chasing down Vanover. He's doing everything he can, but Vanover holds off for the win in front of the crowd here at the Race in the Cloud.
Let's take another look at this heat from on-board Halo Walker's drone and hear 2-time DRL World Champion heads-ups commentary from the fans in attendance.
They're off. This is semifinal Heat 1. Looks like we have Singularity with a great launch. Over top of him comes Halo Walker down to the square gate. Oh my goodness, midair between Halo Walker and Singu, pushing Vanover into first. P2, we have Maverick right on top of Halo Walker. This is Heat 1, and Heat wins matters. Looks like Halo Walker making the pass over Maverick, giving Vanover that free space that he needs. Now we're going on to lap 2 through the U.S. Air Force Pentagon Gate up to the roof. We're taking a left turn around this truss, and it looks like Halo Walker may be making up some ground over Vanover. He wants that heat win. Through the square gate they go. Vanover a little bit wide. Halo Walker going through the Google Cloud Gate, making up even more ground. If you want Halo Walker to catch him, you need to cheer. Up to the roof they go. Through the sweeper. Looks like Vanover's holding him off. Uh-oh. The gap's getting smaller. Vanover is running out of time. To the Pentagon Gate they go. Halo Walker right on top of him, taking a left all the way down to the finish. Who's going to get it? It looks like Vanover is your Heat 1 winner.
Vanover first heat, and you are on to the finals. There was some carnage, some midair. How did you capitalize on that to take the lead and take it to the finals?
Well, first off, what's up, DRL fans? You know, I've been racing for a long time. I knew these guys were going to push really hard, but racing isn't just about being fast. You got to be smart. I knew there'd be some carnage up front. If I was just patient with myself and trusted my abilities, I knew I could be in the right position at the right time, and that's what happened.
No doubt the energy is there. Vanover amped up. Why wouldn't he be? He is the first pilot to qualify for the finals out of heat number 1. Now that we've seen a race, Jordan, take us through the course.
Off the start, pilots head to the U.S. Air Force Gate. Then climb to a hairpin turn at the west roof. They race back to the square gate and into a vertical hairpin at the Google Cloud Gate. Then it's through the ascent gate, up to the south roof, down to the flight deck sweeper, and back up to the north roof. From there, it's the U.S. Air Force Gate again for lap 2 or a sprint to the finish.
The only track element I'm a little worried about is the Google Cloud Gate. It's a very tough element. It's the only very technical element on the track.
I'm really worried about the roof elements on this track. They're all kind of slightly different. They're all very tricky to approach. You're coming in at full speed and it's an awkward kind of sized shape. And you need to cut it really close if you want to have a good time. At the same time, you're thinking about maintaining speed through it. There's a lot of variables.
2019 champ Vanover strikes first. The other pilots still have 2 more chances to qualify for the finals and avoid sudden death. Heat 2 coming up.
The Algorand ecosystem is where monumental change takes shape. So come transform the world with us on Algorand.
The Drone Racing League, brought to you by Algorand, the world's most powerful and sustainable blockchain. By T-Mobile, stay connected with more 5G bars in more places. And by Points Cash, freedom to pay your way. Welcome back to the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. We're 1 heat into our first semifinal, and Vanover has already qualified for the finals. And Jordan, right, our longtime fans shouldn't be surprised with that stat because Vanover is a heat-winning machine.
Yes, he is, and he did exactly what you want to do in the semis. Get a heat win in Heat 1, and now he's in the finals. He can relax. There's a huge weight off his shoulders, and he can just go out there and race his hardest and have fun.
Here in the semifinals, they fly 3 regular heats, with each heat winner automatically advancing to the finals. Everyone else is subject to sudden death, where only the winner is guaranteed to advance. Our pilots and colors once again here in semifinal number 1. Halo Walker in seat number 1 from Germany flies the flashing pink drone. Vanover, the 2019 DRL World Champ, flies the disco drone. Singu from Spain flies orange. Pavelos from Poland flies orange and white. Maverick flies red, and Seba from the Dominican Republic flies green and white. Semifinal 1, Heat 2. Now comes the fun part. Oh, Vanover low, but he gets through the U.S. Air Force gate first, and he is out in front. That's the disco drone. You've got Halo Walker, the flashing pink, who just took himself out at the west roof. That's going to give Vanover a little bit of distance, but the red drone up Maverick closing in.
Vanover is really going off the momentum from that first heat. He had a great launch, and look at him just pulling away from the rest of the pack.
We're just getting word Maverick will get caught with the false start, depending on how early it was. That will depend his time penalty. Vanover doesn't know, doesn't care, as he surges on lap number 2 up to that west roof. A great counterclockwise turn back down to the square gate. That leads into the Google Cloud gate.
If I was the rest of the pilots right now, I'd be sweating, because this is not the kind of confidence you want to give to Vanover. He's just going to take that and keep running.
Well, we saw him sweep the semifinals in level number 1. He looks to try to do the same, and so far so good for all those Vanover fans out there. Final turn being pushed, but guess what? Vanover goes back to back.
I got you. I got you. Let's go, baby. I told you guys. I'm not playing anymore, baby.
Paul, you remember from your time in the league, timing that launch. Wow, that's important.
These guys are pushing the launch as much as possible. I want you to watch Vanover here. He launches and tilts his drone so far that he almost clips the ground and needs to pull up to get through everything. Our main contender in the previous heat was Halo Walker, but he took himself out of this race in the west roof. He climbs a little bit too high trying to cut over that beam, but he ends up smacking into the ceiling, spins out, and ejects his battery. You can see it rattling down the stairs. Now, why is Vanover so fast? It's primarily his smoothness. Look how he's already going through each of these obstacles basically backwards. That allows him to arrest his momentum and be able to carry on his speed. Vanover continues to build his momentum heading into the finals.
With Vanover winning both Heat 1 and Heat 2, that means we have assured ourselves of a sudden death. We've got 5 pilots still hoping to make it to the finals. Do you want to fly like the pros? Download the DRL Sim on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Epic Games. So far, it's all Vanover with no signs of weakness. The other pilots will need to step it up if they want to avoid sudden death. Heat 3 is next.
is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud, the second level of the DRL Algorand World Championship. 2 heats into semifinal 1, and only Vanover has qualified for the finals. Jordan, let's talk about Halo Walker, another one of the veterans coming into this season. Crashed in the last heat, but as you well know, you have to have a short memory in this sport.
Oh yeah, you know, going into Heat 3, he's really going to be focused on getting that heat win. He doesn't want to end up in sudden death and leaving everything up to chance. So we're going to see him fly hard, fly fast, and try and get a win.
Let's give you the pilots and colors once again. Halo Walker flies flashing pink, Vanover the disco drone, Singu orange, Pavelos orange and white, Maverick red, and Seba green and white. Semifinal 1, Heat 3. the tussle at altitude. Great pull shot from Halo Walker. The flashing pink drone. He'll be first to the west roof. Makes that turn. You've got the disco drone of Vanover in second. The red drone of Maverick in third. Through that square gate, setting up the Google Cloud gate. Nice one from Halo Walker in the lead as he heads up to the south roof.
This is exactly where Halo Walker wants to be. He's got clean air in front of him, and the pack is pretty far behind him, so as long as he can keep it consistent and not make any mistakes, he'll be getting this heat win.
These drones can only see forward, but you bet that sixth sense of Halo Walker knows there are pilots behind him, but he is extending his lead on lap number 2, setting up to that Google Cloud gate again. Perfection from Halo Walker through the ascent gate up to that south roof, and Halo Walker putting on a show. Out of that flight deck suite, now he goes around the north roof one final time. Vanover still a little bit in contention. The U.S. Air Force gate one final time. Halo Walker wins heat number 3.
Yeah! Let's go! Yeah!
Paul, how you start often dictates how you finish.
I cannot overstate on this track how important it is to get out front. Halo Walker needed the win, and he needed to get out front. He had an incredible launch, got in front of Vanover, and kept him behind him the entire race. The only pilot that we lost in this heat was Seba, who was climbing through the west roof and just cut it a little bit too tight, lost that drone in the background. Here's Vanover's perspective chasing down Halo Walker. He's doing everything he can to try to push him into sudden death round, but he couldn't quite do it. And here's Halo Walker leading Vanover into the finish. He did everything he needed to move on. He needed to not have that sudden death because that seals the deal. It puts him on to finals. It's such a relief for the pilot, and you can see just how much it matters to Halo Walker when he takes the goggles off to celebrate.
Our leaderboard now has 2 victors. Vanover and Halo Walker have assured their spots in the final. Now we've got 4 pilots fighting for the last remaining spot at a semifinal 1. The Google Cloud Gate has already proven itself to be the most critical maneuver on the track. Let's take a closer look, presented by the U.S. Air Force.
The Google Cloud Gate requires a tricky split-S maneuver through a vertical hairpin turn. The ideal line requires pilots to enter the gate high while turning in as early as possible. This carries the most momentum all the way through the exit. Pilots approach at an angle from the right side. They roll right and pitch up while dropping throttle to invert the drone through the top gate. They then increase throttle to accelerate through the bottom while turning right towards the next gate. Mistiming the turn can cause them to crash into the gate or force them to swing wide and overcorrect, which is slower.
Jordan, that's play off Maverick. He's been the most consistent pilot so far. He thinks he's going to advance. Do you?
Oh yeah, I mean, he definitely is the one to beat. He's finished all 3 heats, and he has the fastest time out of the 4 in this sudden death. So as long as he can keep it in the air, which is difficult when there's that much pressure, he can get this win.
Semifinal 1, sudden death. Pressure creates diamonds. Let's see who steps up. Wild through the U.S. Air Force gate. That's going to leave Pavelos out in front, followed by Singu. Pavelos orange and white. Singu the solid orange drone. They're through the Google Cloud gate. Pavelos in front.
Pavelos absolutely has the speed to be able to stay in front of this pack as long as he can contain his nerves and just get through this race.
Well, Pavelos' best result so far has been a 4th, but here clearly out in front as they start lap number 2. Singu, the orange drone, is in 2nd. Pavelos around the west roof, no problem there. Setting up the square gate to the Google Cloud gate again. So far, so good.
It looks like Seba and Maverick might have gone down.
There are only 2 pilots up. You're correct, partner. Pavelos and Singu, the only ones left in the air. And Pavelos is building on this lead. 2 turns left. All that's left is the U.S. Air Force gate and the run to the finish. Pavelos coming up when he needed to. He wins, and he'll advance to the final.
Let's go! Let's go!
Paul, as a pilot, you always have to watch out for mid-airs.
The start of the race is always important, but we had a big mid-air through the start. Our two top contenders crashed into each other through the Pentagate. We actually had 3 bumps, but they didn't go down. That created a big opportunity for Pavelos. He gets out front, stays out of the damage, and just carries on with his race. Our first big incident was here in the West Group when both Maverick and Seba crashed out completely independent of each other. Here goes Pavelos, moving on to finals in front of this crowd.
Here are the 3 pilots out of semifinal 1 that will advance: Vanover, Halo Walker, and Pavelos. 3 pilots are in the finals with 3 spots remaining. Semifinal 2 is coming up.
Hitting the road, not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Let's go! It's gonna be close. Yeah! This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to the semifinals of Level 2 Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. The second group of pilots are now taking their seats in the flight deck with their chance to advance to the finals. And Jordan, similar scenario to semifinal 1. The pilots in the first 2 seats, Alex FPV and MCK FPV, provide great storylines.
Yeah, Alex FPV, he was second last season. He just got a level win in level 1. And you know, he's just so hot coming into this season. And then MCK, we're really expecting great things out of this guy. So definitely keep an eye on that purple drone.
Let's run through the pilots and colors here in semifinal number 2. Alex FPV flies the alternating red and blue drone. MCK FPV from Korea flies purple. Hyper flies green. Killian from France flies blue. Gab 707 in his 7th year in the league from Canada flies yellow. And Amari flies white. Semifinal 2, Heat 1. The weather is always fine out front. Great start by Gab in yellow, but Alex FPV off of that first podium catches up immediately. He is first around the west roof, but Gab in yellow right behind him. There's the square gate setting up for the Google Cloud gate. Oh, some carnage. Killian's down. Oh, boy. The leaders decide to play tag, it seems. You've got Gab 707 in yellow now out front. Oh, and Gab goes out. That means only one pilot is left. MCK is all alone in the air.
You know, a lot of drone racing is just surviving the track, and that's what MCK did so well this race. You know, he survived the track, he survived the mid-airs, and now he just has to take it easy and get into that finish.
This becomes almost a coronation run in this first heat for MCK, living up to the hype, at least initially here in semifinal 2. Out of 6 pilots, the only one left. And here he comes. MCK wins heat number 1.
Woo! Dude, I was so lucky. I was so lucky. Oh my God. I have so many meteors. Oh my God.
Paul, this was a high-powered heat at the start. Everything looked pretty good.
Yeah, the first thing I want to point out is how Gab went from the 5th podium way at the back all the way up to the front of the pack with Alex FPV, putting himself in a great position for this heat. But after this point, we just go to absolute carnage. In the first pass on the square gate, we're gonna lose Killian. It is absolutely brutal to have this much opportunity and crash this early, but that's where Killian goes out. Then we get into the Google Cloud gate where we basically lose 3 more. You see everybody go through. Alex crashes into Hyper, and they're both out and or damaged. That leaves MCK chasing down Gab 707 for the win. But Gab 707 comes in with a little bit too much speed and splits that drone in half, leaving MCK all on his own to take a win in the semifinals.
This is semifinal 2, heat 1, and they are all on top of each other. No advantage really for any of these pilots. But after that first gate, we have one pilot down. We have Alex FPV in the lead going into Google Cloud. Killian going down to the square gate. Another midair pushing Gab and MCK into a battle at the front. Gab currently with the advantage. There are only 2 pilots left. Oh! Gab 707 goes down, leaving MCK at a solo victory lap. He is the pilot from Paju, South Korea, and we're going to get a demonstration from MCK, ladies and gentlemen. That is the purple drone. Give it up for your Heat 1 winner, MCK. And you will be seeing him in finals against Halo Walker, Vanover, and Pavelos. Wow, coming through the flight deck sweeper, he comes around up to the roof. You're seeing his FPV feed on the Jumbotron through the Pentagon gate. And all the way to the finals, your Heat 1 winner, MCK.
MCK with his win, the first out of semifinal 2 to advance to the finals. The South Korean is moving on. The other pilots will need to avoid the carnage to join him in the finals. Heat 2, next.
For more than 2 decades, Dragonfly has been engineering innovative UAV and AI solutions across industries in the public and private sectors. This year, we have released a new heavy-lift UAV capable of carrying more than 30 kilograms and the versatile Commander 3XL UAV that can accommodate a whole host of payloads, including our new LiDAR system. From landmine detection and EMS delivery drones deployed in Ukraine to our biometric insight AI, our reputation has been built on our commitment to engineer technology that saves time, money, and lives.
This is DRL, the drone racing league. Back for the semifinals of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. We're getting set for heat number 2 here in semifinal 2. MCK is already qualified for the finals. And Jordan, longtime fans of drone racing shouldn't be surprised, right, that MCK came out the victor.
Yeah, I mean, MCK, he did a wonderful job just staying calm with all the chaos that was going on around him. And it really goes to show why it's so important to focus on your own race.
Let's give you the pilots and colors once again. Alex flies the alternating red and blue drone, MCK purple, Hyper green, Killian blue, Gab 707 yellow, and Amari white. Semifinal 2, Heat 2. Translate what you know into what you do. Gab gets the whole shot, but already we're down a couple drones, it looks like. Gab, Strange is, wow, look at that. Alex FPV is moving to the front, and you've got MCK right there as well.
I don't know if you can call that a front. They're all kind of together right there.
Yet Alex make a mistake. He's now the last man in the back. You've got MCK in purple back out in front. Gab 707 in yellow trying to close the gap.
That last key win is what MCK needed to grow some confidence. But, you know, don't forget about Gavin and Amari right behind them. They're chasing them down with everything they got.
Well, I was going to say, right, MCK, the rookie, being chased by two very experienced veterans. But MCK at the moment, as he heads to the Google Cloud Gate, doing a great job holding them off. MCK in purple still out in front. It's now Gab in second, Amari in third as they head down to the flight deck sweeper. This order hasn't changed the whole second lap. MCK will go through the U.S. Air Force Gate one final time. And MCK with a statement. He goes back to them.
Did I get first? Yeah. Ooh. You got second? No. Oh, no.
Paul, there's not a lot of real estate between the launch pads and then that first gate.
Time is dwindling here on their way to the sudden death round, and Hyper and Killian midair destroy the gate and splatter their drones across the net right in front of the audience. A great show for them, but a bad time for Killian and Hyper. The rest of the four continue to race. Alex FEV out front, but cuts it a little bit too wide, smashing into the Google Cloud Gate, taking himself out of the lead. He's probably got damage now, so it's going to be really hard to catch up to the rest of the group. Here's Gab's perspective, chasing down MCK. He's trying to cut everything as tight as he can, get as close as he can, but it wasn't quite enough to stop MCK moving on to finals in front of this crowd.
This is semifinals 2, heat 2, and we already have 2 drones down. That is crazy, the amount of destruction we're seeing here. We actually have Alex FPV out in the lead, and this is exactly where we were last time. Can he get through the Google Cloud? No, he cannot. This is pushing MCK into the lead. But this is early on, everyone. Looks like Amari with a slight bobble, and Gab, can he make it through the flight deck sweeper? He did. Now MCK coming out into lap 2 with 2 pilots very close right behind him. Up to the roof they go, right in front of you, the fans around this pillar. And it looks like Gab may be making up a little bit of ground. Here's the technical section. MCK shines here through the square gate, dropping down through the Google Cloud. And wow, look at the distance MCK is able to hold. But, oh, it's getting smaller. Down from the flight deck sweeper. Gab had a better turn for sure. All the way up to the top. This is for a 2-time win from MCK. Can he hold them off? Oh, it's looking like it through the Pentagon Gate all the way to the finish. Cheer him on. Who's going to get second, Gab or Amari? It looks like MCK first, Amari second, Gab 707 third.
Gab, you're a 7-year veteran on DRL. You know how dangerous sudden death can be. What do you need to do in Heat 3 to ensure your spot in the finals?
You know, these races are A, get to the end, B, be really fast. And I think that's all there is to it, you know? Just go fast, don't crash.
Your crash in the first race made me jump. You know the risk versus reward. How do you balance that here?
It's a tricky one. Like, there's so many good pilots out here today. There's no second chance here. You just have to be the fastest of yourself and just give it all.
Good luck in Heat 3.
Thank you.
MCK's second win means we will absolutely have a sudden death. MCK still the only pilot booking his ticket for the finals. Visit ProjectDroneGalaxy.com to join the Discord and help name DRL and Algorand's fly-to-own game. MCK is 2 for 2, which means only one other pilot has the chance to avoid sudden death. Heat 3, coming up. The Drone Racing League, brought to you by Google Cloud. By Dragonfly, North America made and manufactured drone and AI solutions. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high. Welcome back to the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. We're 2 heats into semifinal 2 and only MCK has already qualified for the finals. Jordan, let's talk about Gab. We all know he is the most senior pilot on tour, 7 years of 707. He's got the experience.
Gab is a very strategic racer. He's usually hanging out right behind whoever's in first, and he knows when to strike. The problem is the rest of these pilots are so fast. You have to be ready to pounce when it's time. So right now, he's not really there, is he?
Our pilots in colors again. Alex flies the alternating red and blue drone, MCK purple, Hyper green, Killian blue, Gab yellow, and Amari white. Semifinal 2, Heat 3. Don't just want to win. Great hole shot from Alex FPV, the alternating red and blue drone. He's out in front, closely followed by MCK, the purple drone in second. You've got Hyper and Green in the mix as well. As they go back down, MCK's made the pass. He's now in front of Alex. Well, MCK, he knows how to do it from here. Back in front again, looking for the sweep here in semifinal 2. This might send some trepidation through the hearts of the other pilots. As they go on to lap number 2, MCK in front, Amari now, and Alex fighting for second.
MCK's confidence in his racing is just growing with every heat, isn't it? Just look at that lead that he has now. It's even bigger than we've seen in previous heats, and it just keeps growing.
MCK in purple, Amari in white, Alex red and blue. That's your order. Through the flight deck sweeper, no problem. Up to the north roof, MCK still in front. Here it is, one final turn for the U.S. Air Force gate. And guess what? The clinic is on. MCK back to back to back.
Let's go! Let's go! Me and Amari had a battle, boys. That was nuts. That was nuts.
Paul, at this point, it seems like MCK can do no wrong.
He absolutely cannot. The biggest opportunity for making up time on this course is the Google Cloud Gate. You can see that MCK enters not quite at first, but he's able to pass by the time he gets out of it. He's able to stay really low, really tight. He's arrested his momentum and pushed himself back out into the lead by the time they get through the gate, and that's enabling him to get so far out front. You can see that Amari made a little bit of a pass there on Alex FPV for second, but he ends up losing it by the end. Here's MCK's perspective as he just absolutely dominates this heat. He's taking every turn as tight and fast as possible and holding himself out front. You can see the gap that he's created against Alex and Amari, and he can take it nice and easy. He's hearing the announcers. He knows that he's got a little bit of space, slaps it in there for his 3rd win in a row in semifinals, keeping as many people into the sudden death round as possible.
Heat 3 of semifinal 2, the last chance for these pilots to take down MCK before finals fair and square. We're looking at Alex FPV. He has not finished a heat yet, but this is his track. Look at that. Oh, he gets passed by 2 pilots, being Hyper and Amari, and he has some work to do if he wants to catch these pilots. Now, it looks like Hyper taking the short line, but the slow line coming around with Amari. Look at MCK. I'm telling you all, the confidence is high, and it is showing in his flying right now. But the 2-3 position matters too, going into sudden death, and MCK is able to hold it on. It looks like Amari is in a battle with Alex FPV, that white and red and blue drone. Let's see if he can make a patch in the Google Cloud section. He's not able to. Amari is closing in on MCK, actually, coming around this pillar, down to the flight deck sweeper, actually still holding off Alex FPV, but MCK, this could be a shutout. This could be 3-0 for MCK, the purple drone from South Korea, taking the win 3 in a row, MCK!
Alex, you've already won 1 level, 2 DNFs tonight. What do you need to do in sudden death to ensure your spot in the finals?
Just stay in the clean air. You know, there's a lot of carnage going on out there. It's easy to get tripped up in it, trying to win and stuff. So just keep my quad in clean air, and I think we'll be okay. But everybody's out here trying to do the same thing, and there's only one line on a racetrack. So No hard feelings if we do, but we're just out here to race hard.
Our leaderboard's pretty easy to figure out at this point. MCK first across the board. That means 2 pilots will advance out of the upcoming sudden death.
We are going into sudden death. Sudden death.
Jordan, some high-profile, high-powered names now find themselves in sudden death. How are they going to approach it?
Yeah, there's only 2 spots open in sudden death right now. So, you know, if I was one of them, I'd launch hard, get out front, get that clean air so you don't have to worry about mid-airs and DNFs and whatnot.
Semi-final 2, sudden death. Now would be a good time to find your groove. First through the whole shot, that was the yellow drone of Gab 707, closely followed by the white drone of Amari. They now go back to field level. It'll be the square gate followed by the Google Cloud gate. Gab in a groove indeed.
Yeah, Gab is exactly what I was saying right before this race, right? He launched hard, he got in the lead, and now, look, he's got no one else around him. He can race his own race and just focus on himself.
Well, that was because behind him, Amari and Alex tussled, and it didn't go well for either of them. On to lap number 2. Guess what? Gab coming through at the moment when he needs to. Last season, he advanced out of sudden death on 7 different occasions. Here we go. Gab through the Google Cloud gate, no problem. Hyper, Hyper was in second. Killian and Blues moved into second. Remember, second matters. But Gab going for the win to assure his spot. Only one more turn for the U.S. Air Force gate. Gab's gonna do that left turn, no problem. Gab will advance with the win, and Killian, the blue drone, will advance with the second.
Finally! Finally! Yeah!
Paul, you talk about it a lot. It is hard to recreate race day pressure.
Here's Hyper's perspective heading up to the west roof. He's chasing down all these drones. I just want you to see what it's like to be racing in this pack. Hyper takes it up through the west roof, and he's just chasing down this pack of drones in front of him. But this pack is not going to last long. Here on the first pass through the Google Cloud Gate, we're going to lose 3, basically. You got 1, 2, 3, tons of mid-airs, and that gives Gab a ton of space out front. You can see that there's a mid-air, somebody goes too low, and it's just absolute carnage. That's going to give Gab 707 and Hyper space, but Hyper does not capitalize on this opportunity. He cuts it too short, crashes, and that means he's not going to be in that second place, which is the other position that's going to be advancing. So Gab 707 and Killian are the people that are advancing on to finals. Here's Gab 707's relief as he knows he's moving on.
Coming out of semifinal number 2, look at those names. MCK, FPV, Gab 707, and Killian. The finals are set. These 6 pilots will race to become the champion of the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. Heat 1, when we return.
Going into this season, I feel like there's a lot of unfinished business from last season. At the end of the day, my goal is to be the world champion, and I'm not going to always be fully satisfied unless I'm on the top spot.
I'm playing simulator till like 1 a.m. and I'm going to field at like 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. I'm practicing 3 times more than other people.
I'm planning to pick up where I left off at last year's Vegas Championship race. Last year was just about survival. This year I'm here to win.
I'm very good at being there no matter what the pressure is, no matter how many upsets there are. You can always count on a good race for me. 7 years of 707, you know?
I'm pretty confident. I know I can do it. I'm training for this. I'm practicing for this, like every day.
I'm fully expecting that I'm going to be competing for the top this season, especially with hybrid and everything. It's a really unique skill set required to do well. I think I'm uniquely positioned to excel at everything that we're going to be doing this year.
Being honest, I just want to win. I don't care if I have to train every single day at 6 a.m. I will do anything just to win.
I feel confident in my abilities to beat a lot of the pilots. I've been putting in a lot of work and a lot of practice, so I just feel confident.
These guys literally got their names by racing me. This isn't the first time I've raced them. I'm not really scared to race anybody.
The opportunity to be here is like such a privilege. So many pilots would wish to be here. I really want to show that I'm worthy.
I'm 100% committed that I will win every race out there. So if you like to root for a winner, then you probably should root for me.
To be an elite drone racer is a mindset. It's I need to be there. It's not I want to be there. It's not I hope to be there. It's I need to be there. I do deserve to be in DRL. The amount of time I put in should speak for itself.
DRL fans, how are you feeling? It's time to get excited for a night of drone racing.
I think we're ready for some racing. What do you guys think?
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. It is time for the finals. 6 pilots who have earned their way here now take their place in the flight deck. Here in the finals, there are 6 regular heats. Win any one of them, and you're in the golden heat. Once we get to the golden heat, it is winner take all. Whoever finishes first will be the level champion. The first heat is moments away. So much hype, Jordan, about the speed, nerves, and how well will they execute. What should we be watching for?
All of it, really. When it comes to nerves, the first heat, it's the worst. You know, you're just itching to get on with the racing. The top 3 seeds, MCK, Vanover, Halo, they were all fast and consistent in the semis, which is a dangerous combination. But it's a blank slate now, so watch out for them to be aggressive right out of the gate.
Well, let's run through the pilots and the colors they fly. MCK FPV from Korea flies purple. Vanover, the 2019 DRL World Champion, flies the Disco flashing drone. Halo Walker from Germany, flashing pink. Gab 707 from Canada, yellow. Pavelos from Poland flies orange and white. And Killian from France flies blue. Finals, Heat 1. The cloud's about to get stormy as they go through the U.S. Air Force gate. That whole shot ever so important. You've got Halo Walker, the flashing pink drone first. Oh no! Vanover's down!
You had him in there.
Back down to the field. It'll be the square gate followed by the Google Cloud gate. Halo Walker in front, but Gab right there.
Gab is exactly where he wants to be right now. He's right behind Halo Walker, ready to pounce. And if Halo Walker makes any mistake at all, you know Gab's gonna capitalize.
Flashing pink drone of Halo is in front. Gab yellow second. Pavelos orange and white in third. Killian the only other drone up. He's blue. He sits in fourth. Already on the second lap, Halo Walker having a dream run so far. The Google Cloud gate, that's been giving all the pilots a lot of problems. We lost a drone there. That was Pavelos that went down, but Halo, no problem.
Halo is just so fast. He's not gonna give Gab an opportunity to pounce, is he?
Halo Walker with one turn left from the U.S. Air Force gate. That left turn, they say, is easy as pie. Halo Walker qualifies for the golden heat with this win.
Let's go! Woo!
I was wondering what that screaming was.
Paul, first heat of finals, you better be smart at the beginning.
Absolutely, you're doing everything you can to get an early win here in finals. And our two main protagonists tonight, MCK and Vanover, both crash out in the second turn of the race. You can see that they mid-air each other at the apex of the west roof, and they are both out. We watched them win each of their own semifinal heats, and now they're working together to take each other out. Halo Walker gets a big advantage here, but Velos is trying to catch Gab 707, but swings a little bit too wide, hits the Google Cloud Gate, and takes himself out. You can see that he just ever so slightly too wide, too much speed trying to pass Gab, and takes himself out of the race. Halo Walker maintains his strong lead for the rest of the race ahead of Gab 707 and Killian, and you can see what booking that ticket to the Golden Heat means.
Finals Heat 1 is underway, and Gab 707 actually comes out in front from the back. Around the roof, Halo makes the pass. MCK, our highest qualifying pilot, goes down alongside Vanover. Now here's your time to get into the Golden Heat. We have a Halo Walker. He can punch his ticket first, but he has Gab right behind him. Could we see a one-person Golden Heat? Two, maybe a six-person Golden Heat? We don't know. But a Halo Walker wants that first. In finals, second place also matters, so we're going to keep an eye on Gab 707 getting chased down by Pavelos in that orange and white drone. Around the roof they go, back down to the square gate, the most technical part on the track. Pavelos is making a push over Gab 707. Can he make the pass? Halo Walker drops down the Google Cloud. Pavelos goes down right in front of the clouds at the Google Cloud section. And Halo Walker is holding his own against Gab. Looks like Killian holding on to third comfortably, but Halo Walker is the one who's about to punch his ticket into the Golden Heat. Will he be our champion tonight? At least he has a shot now. Halo Walker, first place in Heat 1.
Halo, you led start to finish. As a veteran here, how does it feel to know you've guaranteed your spot in the Golden Heat?
Feels great. It's the first time I won a heat in finals. Couldn't do that in last year's Las Vegas race, although I had the first podium. This time I had the third podium and managed to get out in front. Gab passed me actually on the launch. His launches are insane. But I managed to keep my cool and pass him back on track. Van or Minchain got unlucky in the midair, and that just opened up the door for me.
Taking a look at these results, remember, to win gets you in the Golden Heat, but 2 seconds does that as well. So a very important second for Gab 707. This race in the cloud is presented by Google Cloud, and now through their unique partnership with DRL, developers can usher in the next era of tech-driven sports and take their cloud skills to new heights.
Finals pilots are into the flight deck.
DRL and Google Cloud are both organizations focused on making the future happen today through technology innovation, as well as learning and development. With DRL, that's through our simulator program, and for Google Cloud, it's through their developer and learning platforms.
We're really excited to talk about how we're going to work with Google Cloud so that our fans who love technology innovation are going to be able to get their hands on our actual race data.
Now the Google Cloud Gate, there it is! Vanover out in front, and he is all alone!
We're very excited about the Google Fly Cup Challenge. We're taking DRL's historical race data and giving it to Google developers. More information for the pilots means better racing and better performance.
The Google Cloud Fly Cup Challenge means that developers of all skill levels get to use that race data to come up with predictive outcomes by using Google Cloud Analytics tools, and you'll be able to give tips and tricks to the DRL pilots for their next season performance.
Yeah! The race in the cloud is just the beginning of an incredibly exciting next chapter for DRL. Large-scale live racing with incredible partners like Google at events around the world.
A little bit of bad luck there. MCK and I just colliding there in turn 2, but that's drone racing. Regression to the mean all day, baby. I know I got that pace, so I'm just gonna reset, man. We'll get out there. Confidence is still sky high. It hasn't dropped a bit. So, ready to go again.
Halo Walker was the first to qualify for the winner-take-all Golden Heat, but we're just getting started here in the finals. Heat 2 is next.
The Algorand ecosystem is where monumental change takes shape. So come transform the world with us on Algorand.
Let's go! It's going to be close. Yeah!
The Drone Racing League, brought to you by Algorand, the world's most powerful and sustainable blockchain. By T-Mobile, stay connected with more 5G bars in more places. And by Points Cash, freedom to pay your way. Welcome back to the finals of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. Halo Walker won heat number 1 and has secured his spot in the winner-take-all golden heat. And Jordan, some of our new fans might not realize that it's really seemed to be a transformative offseason for Halo.
It really has. You know, Halo struggled a lot last season, but something has really clicked for him. He has the fastest time we've ever seen out there on this track, and it's consistently fast too. So whatever he's doing, the other pilots, they've got to figure it out and do the same.
Heat 2, here we go.
Let's roll through the pilots and colors once again. MCK flies purple, Vanover the disco drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Pavelos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, heat 2. Warning, thunder and lightning ahead. Full shot by Gab 707, the yellow drone. He's first up to that west roof. You've got the flashing pink drone of Halo Walker right there. This is when Halo's made a lot of moves on the competition. But Gab and yellow first, but look at that. Halo Walker with the surge. He is in front coming out of the Google Cloud gate. Gab not giving up though.
Halo Walker has really just nailed down this track. He's memorized every bit of it so well. He has so much speed around every corner. I don't know what the other pilots could do to keep up with that.
Well, partner, we just got confirmation. The man in second, the yellow drone. Oh, Gab, it's not going to matter. I was going to say he was assessed a 2-second penalty for a false start, but now he's out. Halo Walker trying to go back-to-back. So far, so good. Up to that south roof. Counterclockwise turn, he'll do the flight deck sweeper, which he's had no problem with lately. North roof one final time. MCK in second, Vanover in third. Vanover's making a move. Did he get it? Yes! Vanover's in second. Halo takes the win, and Vanover beats MCK for second.
Oh, well, one. Who got second? Who got second?
You.
Woo! Yup!
Paul, you know this is a game of inches and microseconds, so you better start fast.
There is so much carnage out there, and Gab wanted to get out front of it, and that is what he did on the first pass. But Halo Walker is sniffing him down. He's trying to find his way past, and where he finds his way through is here on the Google Cloud gate. He cuts it a lot tighter than Gab. Gab has to make 2 corrections, and Halo sneaks out in front. It's now up to Gab 707 to catch up, but wham! Drone's gone, GoPro's flying, drones in the stands. Halo Walker is now out front, establishing dominance. But look at this battle for second place. We've got MCK and Vanover literally inches apart through the gate. It cannot get closer than that. Second place still matters here in finals because 2 seconds puts you on to the golden heat, but look how tight that is. MCK is going to be feeling that, and he's going to want to get his revenge.
Finals Heat 2 underway with Gab 707 with another incredible launch. Let's watch that disco drone and that light purple drone of MCK and Vanover. They're able to keep themselves from touching on that one, but still not ahead of Halo Walker and Gab. Going through the Google Cloud section, Halo Walker had an incredible split S there. Now we have the chase cam. We have Vanover, we have MCK. Up to the roof we go, and after lap 1, there's actually a train of drones coming down to the Pentagon gate. We have Halo Walker out front, Gab second, MCK third, Vanover fourth, but Vanover is actually pushing on top of MCK. Gab goes down, that puts MCK in a second. Do you think Vanover can come run down MCK? His arch rival looks like he's getting closer. MCK can feel him on the back. The light purple drone and the disco drone of MCK. Cheer on your favorite pilot. Is it MCK or is it Vanover? Halo Walker currently holding a strong lead, but the second place matters. Coming down to the finish, we have Halo Walker out in front. MCK, Vanover with a push. Who's gonna get it? Oh my goodness, it's too close to call. It's too close to call. Wow.
The leaderboard tells its own story. Halo Walker, no problem so far, still officially the only pilot to be in the Golden Heat, but now Gab and Vanover have those critical second places. Jordan, Vanover's got 1 second as well as Gab, but for Vanover specifically, what do you think his strategy should be moving forward?
Yeah, you know, he has that 1 second place already, so if I was him, I think I'd go for another second place, get my ticket to the Golden Heat, get in, and then focus on how to beat Halo Walker.
Finals, Heat 3. Better keep your head in the cloud. By the way, that's going to be close. About another false start for Gab in yellow. No problem getting the whole shot, but we'll see whether or not he'll be penalized. Halo Walker in that customary stalking position in second.
Jeez, Halo Walker. Oh no, lots of carnage.
We've got 2 drones down, it seems, but the fight up front is going to continue. Yellow drone of Gab, flashing pink drone of Halo Walker. Gab with a slight lead. It looks as though Halo Walker's just waiting to pounce.
Yeah, I don't know if Gab's going to be able to hold on to that lead because just Halo Walker is so fast around this corner. Watch as he just dives down onto Gab. I think he's going to get the pass into this cloud gate right here. Oh,
Doesn't get the pass, but guess what, my friend? Confirmed that Gab had another false start, 2-second penalty. So if Halo Walker stays in this position, he will finish easily within 2 seconds. Vanover, however, coming into this. So if Vanover passes Halo, he might get the win.
Well, if he gets the second place right now, he's good.
Look at that, you're right. Good point, my friend. Halo Walker will get another win because Gab will be penalized. And Vanover then will be bumped up to second, and that will get him in the Golden Heat.
I think I got that. I'll be shocked if I didn't get it. I got third, but he had a 2-second penalty, and I was on your tail.
Oh. Yeah, no, you should have gotten it.
I don't know, we're gonna see. We'll see, I'm not celebrating yet.
Dude,
he was gone.
I was about to make the pass.
That's the second, baby.
Nice.
That's the Golden Heat.
He won! Woo! Yeah!
Yep.
3 Heat wins. That's how we do it out here.
No, not yet.
Flying good, feeling good.
Paul, how much fun are you having?
I cannot believe everything that just happened in this race. It looked like Gab 707 had an amazing launch, but upon closer inspection, he left tenths of a second too early. Because of his false start, we're watching an epic battle for second place. The first time through the Google Cloud Gate, we lost MCK and Pavelos. From then, it was a 3-way battle for the Heat win between Gab, Halo, and Vanover. This is Vanover's perspective, chasing down Halo and Gab. Vanover goes through the north roof backwards to try to make up some time on Halo Walker, and he closes down the distance, but in the end, it's not quite enough. Halo is credited with the win, and Vanover takes his second place, advancing him to the Golden Heat.
A glance at our leaderboard, Halo Walker, no problem there. Vanover now with his 2 seconds means that we have 2 pilots so far in the Golden Heats. Do you want to fly like the pros? Download the DRL Sim on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Epic Games.
Yeah, so that race was exhilarating. Gab had a 2-second penalty right off the start, and I had a feeling he would get it because he really launched early. So I just kept my composure together. I chased Halo Walker in. I was pretty confident when the race ended that even though I physically finished in third, that I would have that 2 seconds to my advantage. And I got the second place, baby, and I'm in the Golden Heat. Let's go.
3 heats down, 3 to go. 2 pilots in, 4 pilots yet to qualify for the Golden Heat. Their next chance is Heat 4, coming up.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American Airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. We are halfway through the finals of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud, and Halo and Vanover have already qualified for the Golden Heat. Jordan, Halo, come on! Seemingly unstoppable.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he has all the first places so far. He's sub 106 for every single one of them. He's consistently faster than the rest of the pilots, and that is a dangerous combination. If he can keep this up, like, I don't know what to do about it.
Nor do the other pilots know what to do, but we know they're tense. Thanks to Dragonfly's vital intelligence technology, you can see Vanover's heart rate is hovering over 100 beats per minute even before the race starts. Our pilots in colors again: MCK purple, Vanover the disco flashing drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Velos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, Heat 4. The forecast, cloudy with a chance of maneuvers as they're through the U.S. Air Force gate, now up to the west roof. The yellow drone of Gab right there in front, so's the disco drone of Vanover, and you've got MCK right there. MCK out in front early.
Wow, that is a dangerously tight pack to be a part of. You know, they talk about dirty air all the time. Looks like
Vanover's now moved to the lead. Great job by the veteran, as Vanover will lead them all on to lap number 2. After the U.S. Air Force gate, it's up to the west roof. And how about this? Vanover building on that lead.
Yeah, he is just surging away, and that's that clean air that we're talking about. You want to get away from the pack so you can really push the thrust of the drone as much as possible.
Vanover in first, and now Halo Walker, it looks like, has moved into second. So what they're going to do is start to prevent other pilots from either winning or getting those critical seconds. Couple more turns, only one through the U.S. Air Force gate now. Vanover's going to get his first win in the final. Halo.
Lars here! Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, that's Bliss. Oh. Minor. No, hits. We had a good battle, dude. We had a good battle. Bring it in. You're good.
We got it legit.
Paul, in this sport, you better be used to somebody being very close to you.
I am sitting in my commentary booth wondering, how in the world are they not hitting each other? This pack is so tight, but somehow they all go through the gap in the west roof at the same time with no contact, but mistakes started to come in the Google Cloud gate. Gab approaches too fast, goes wide, and has to correct his mistake. Velos nails the speed, but he descends too quickly, clips the center post, and spins out of control. Somehow, both stay in the air and continue their race. The rest of the pack stayed in contention, but Vanover pulled a monstrous move past MCK with a big pass through the south roof and into the flight deck sweeper. This is MCK's perspective chasing down the front runners. You can see Vanover is leading the race by making nice straight lines from gate to gate, while MCK is cutting corners as tight as possible to try to catch up. But it's too little, too late.
Heat 4 underway. Can Min Chan Kim launch hard like he wanted? It looks like he is. Up to the roof they go with 4 right on top of each other, still staying clean, no mid-airs. Gab 707 wants that win back. He wants to get back in the Golden Heat, but so does MCK. Gab 707 with a mistake. Now MCK and Vanover in a battle. Can MCK hold off Vanover? He got past just now. Up to the roof they go. Halo Walker coming for MCK as well. This is important. Second place can also get you to the Golden Heat. Halo Walker wants to guard MCK. He wants to make a pass over MCK, and he just did. Going down to the square gate, Halo Walker, Now MCK takes it back. Now Halo Walker takes it back. MCK needs the second place. Vanover a nice lead out in front. MCK needs to get into that second. He has to push. He has to take a tight turn up here. Can he do it? It looks like Halo Walker's gonna hold him off, meaning Vanover is gonna come in first for his first one of the night. Halo Walker second, MCK third.
Gab, your false starts in Heat 3 negated your win. Do you think you maybe played it too safe in Heat 4?
Not really. You know, I was in contention. I was there pushing. Unfortunate slight mistake. I think I got washed out by Vanover. It's an unusual thing, but we didn't quite contact, but we were so close that he pushed me away from the gate. But it is what it is. We'll race harder.
We were just talking. There's been a lot of mid-air, but you do have one second place finish already. You only need one more second place finish or a first to get into the golden heat. What do you need to do?
I'm just sticking to the program here. I'll let the other guys do whatever they're doing. I'll do my thing.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Here's that leaderboard, and the firsts are coming fast and furiously. Halo Walker and Vanover, though, still the only two pilots in the Golden Heat. Visit ProjectDroneGalaxy.com to join the Discord. Help name DRL and Algorand's Fly-to-Own game. There are just 2 more chances for the other pilots to qualify. First, enjoy some fun 2-time DRL World Champion heads-up hat with Gotham FC, New York's National Women's Soccer League team, during one of their training sessions.
We're here at the training facility with Gotham FC, and for the very first time, we're going to have the FPV drone on the field with the players as they're training. We're hoping to get some really unique shots and something you've never seen before.
Hitting the road, not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. With just 2 regular heats of racing remaining, only 2 pilots have secured their spots in the Golden Heat, Halo and Vanover. Jordan, let's talk about Vanover, because ever since he came into the league, you have said never count him out.
Oh yeah, I mean, he is so fast, and like, disregarding the DNF that he had in Heat 1, he's been incredibly consistent, and he's just getting faster and faster every single heat. That 104.7 is just mind-bogglingly fast, and if he can keep that consistency and speed up, he's gonna do great.
Our pilots in colors again: MCK purple, Vanover the disco flashing drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Pavelos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, Heat 5. Dynamic and determined digits deliver results. They're now up to the west roof. The flashing drone of Vanover, he's in first. You've got Gab 707, the yellow drone, in second. Flashing pink of Halo, though, is now moved into second. Vanover still leads them into the Google Cloud.
But Halo Walker looks like, oh wow, there's a big tight pack right there, isn't there?
Absolutely, Vanover's out front, but Halo, Gab, and MCK right there.
This battle for second is huge. Halo wants to protect that golden heat. If Gab gets another second, he's in that golden heat. And MCK desperately needs to get on that board.
Vanover trying to build on that lead, and it looks like he's able to do that just ever so slightly.
Vanover is just gaining confidence with every turn around this course. He must be feeling so good right now.
Look how close these top four are, and just like that, we lose one of them. I believe it was Halo Walker. Vanover going for a second win, but keep your eye on second place. MCK in purple just in front of Gab in yellow. This is the final stretch. Vanover gets the win, and MCK takes second.
It's racing, baby. It's racing.
Mincha and Gab and I had a battle. I was trying to protect it.
I know, bro. It's all right. It was. We got one more.
Paul, casual fans might not know the view through your FPV. You got to get used to it.
When there's this many drones this close together ahead of you, look how hard it is to even spot the west roof. Killian's got to battle against the visual noise of his competitors in front of him, push the distraction out of his mind, and focus on his own line. The first crash was when Pavelos cut it a little bit too low on the first pass through the Google Cloud gate and lost the drone. Vanover held the lead well into lap 2 when Halo Walker started to push his luck. He climbs a little bit too high, trying to cut back down, and knocks his drone out of contention. In this final stretch, Vanover's got a clear win, but second place matters. Here we have Gab's View chasing MCK, but MCK is just too fast and holds him off. Oh, that was a race.
And they're off into Heat 5. Like I said, time is running out. These pilots who are not in the Golden Heat have to do everything they possibly can to get a second or a first. Looks like Vanover, after coming off what was the course record of a 104.7, is out front. Pavelos going down. MCK in the chase alongside Halo Walker and Gab 707. Through the sweeper they go. MCK and Halo Walker right on top of each other and in hot pursuit of Vanover. Looks like Halo Walker, oh my goodness, it's really too close to call there. Halo Walker and Gab are right next to MCK. Can they avoid a midair? Oh my goodness, they're still able to. Down to the square gate. Vanover is running away with this one. To the drop down, the Google Cloud. Oh, MCK with a split S we've never seen before. And it just got way closer for all four pilots. Second place matters. Halo Walker goes down. Gab is in the pursuit of MCK for that second place position. MCK wants first. Gab is chasing MCK. Can MCK get a second place? It looks like he's going to, all the way to the finish. Vanover first, MCK second.
Halo Walker was on fire at the beginning, but Vanover has all the momentum at the moment. And MCK and Gab, all they need is second or better in this final regular heat to get in the Golden Heat. Vanover is one of the most successful pilots in DRL history, not least because of his competitive mindset. Here's a closer look at what motivates the 2019 World Champ. It's Why He Flies, presented by Dragonfly.
Racing tonight, man. We are drone racing tonight.
What I love about drone racing is the competition. I love that pressure in those golden heats because if I lose, I lost to the very best in the world. And that's something that you can't get outside of DRL. When we're out on the flight deck and we're in an important race, my heart rate is just going so fast. I'm so excited, and it's almost as if the moment the race starts, my heart rate calms down.
Vanover, that flashing drone, get used to seeing it at or near the front.
I need that pressure, I need that animosity, I need the other guys looking at me with that intent to beat me. I love all that because it makes me just want to fly the very best that I can.
I told you guys, it's ready time.
All that matters is how I fly, and if I focus on myself and I fly my best, then I'll win. You're only as good as your last race. That's my mentality going into this year. Keep that energy alive. Don't focus on races that have just happened. Focus on the next one.
The goal is always the same, and that's to be the world champion.
Performing what they counted, ladies and gentlemen, that is Vanover.
Download the Drone Racing Arcade, a fun, free, and easy-to-play drone racing mobile game on iOS and Android. Just one more chance for the other pilots to join Halo and Vanover in the Golden Heat. The decisive Heat 6 is next.
For more than 2 decades, Dragonfly has been engineering innovative UAV and AI solutions across industries in the public and private sectors. This year, we have released a new heavy-lift UAV capable of carrying more than 30 kilograms and the versatile Commander 3XL UAV that can accommodate a whole host of payloads, including our new LiDAR system. From landmine detection and EMS delivery drones deployed in Ukraine to our biometric insight AI, our reputation has been built on our commitment to engineer technology that saves time, money, and lives.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to Silicon Valley and the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. Only one more chance here in the finals of Level 2 for the pilots to earn their way into the Golden Heat. So Jordan, let's talk about the guys that have, we'll call it a better chance, right? MCK and Gab, because a second gets them in, is that less pressure?
No, I think that's almost even more pressure, but if there's any pilots that can handle the pressure, it's obviously the veteran Gab 707 and MCK, who is so just talented. I mean, these guys can do this.
Our pilots in colors again: MCK purple, Vanover the disco flashing drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Pavelos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, Heat 6. Win enough, and you may be in the 3 comma club. Gab with the whole shot. He's the yellow drone. He's out in front. You've got Halo Walker, the flashing pink drone, in second, fighting with Vanover, the disco drone. They're your top 3. Look at them go. They've already got some separation.
Oh, but Halo is surging out of there. Look at the lead. He already got it just a couple gates.
Halo Walker in front, but we just got confirmation. Another false start for Gab. He's the yellow drone. That penalty will probably keep him out of the Golden Heat. Halo Walker flashing pink in first, Vanover in second. You heard Vanover talking about playing the protection game. These 2 drones in front want to be the gatekeepers to the Golden Heat.
And they're doing a wonderful job right now. They're keeping separation between each other so they don't midair, but they're both staying in front of the pack.
South group, Halo first, Vanover in second. They'll now go through the flight deck sweeper, no problem at all for those front runners. Couple more turns. Halo, Vanny, they now go down through the U.S. Air Force gate, and look at this. The 2 guys that will be in the Golden Heat finish first and second.
Yeah!
Halo, then Vanover.
Oh!
Halo wins, and there, ladies and gentlemen, are your 2
Yeah!
Heat pilots.
Hey, Ninchan.
It's fine.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
You're just really good, man.
Wait, who got started?
Oh, God.
Halo Walker and Vanover. Paul, the show just keeps getting better.
This last heat of finals before the Golden Heat is critical to so many. Gab 707 needs a second place, but he launches early, so he's got so much work to do to get out front and get away. But Halo Walker started in 3rd place, and before the Google Cloud Gate was able to make the pass. Look, he's in 3rd now. He keeps a little bit of altitude and drops it. He's still sitting a little bit behind Vanover, but he's going to come around, and in the pass to the Google Gate, he's going to be able to get out ahead. We lost one drone, that's Pavelos. He just lost it there on the entry into the sweeper, but that leaves Halo Walker and Vanover out front. These two have already booked their Golden Heat ticket, so they're trying to play defense. The only person that can move on from this perspective here is Killian, and he needs to be winning.
This is the last opportunity for these pilots to get into the Golden Heat and have a shot at winning this thing. We are watching the purple drone of MCK, who just got pushed down from behind. He has a lot of work to do to catch up, and he goes down. MCK now into 6th place. Halo Walker, Vanover in front. If Gab 707 wants to move on, he needs to win. We see another pilot go down. Halo Walker and Vanover are in full defense mode, trying to guard Gab. This just in, Gab has a false start. So not only does he have to win, he has to win by over 2 seconds. Halo Walker and Vanover now prepping for that Golden Heat, trying their best to keep everyone out. Killian trying his best to keep them into the Golden Heat, and he's pushing, but Halo Walker and Vanover seem to have this on lock around that pillar. The last attempt before the Golden Heat, and we have Halo Walker first, Vanover second. Will we see this in the Golden Heat?
It is down to 2, Vanover, Halo Walker. Halo, with 4 wins in the finals, how were you able to be so dominant?
I'm just consistent, and I like this track a lot. I have a line that's consistent and fast. I did have one bad crash in Heat 5 there, but I was feeling it, and I'm continually feeling it in the Golden Heat.
Vanover, it's down to just 2 drones, so how does that change your strategy?
Well, you know, we've been kind of teaming up a little bit here, but listen, I have a lot of respect for Halo, so out of all the pilots tonight, I'm glad it's him and I in the Golden Heat. I feel like we're the best 2 out here tonight. And my strategy is the same. Let's go out there and win, and hopefully I can put the pressure on him. I have a little bit of work to do, it looks like, off the start, but that's okay. I've been here before, and I'll do it again.
It is on. Good luck, gentlemen.
Those 2 veterans know each other's games, and speaking of veterans, Gab 707's false start in that last heat, partner, is going to bump him from 3rd to 4th overall, which means Gab's false start costs him a spot on the podium. The crowd here at PayPal Park has been getting quite the show. They came for the racing, but the community scene is half the fun.
DRL fans, how are you feeling?
We're ready for some racing. Have fun.
I am in section 109 and the energy is high.
I don't know if you've been to a DRL race before, but we need your help to get these pilots going. We need you to help us count it down. Can we give it a shot, DRL fans? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And now you can support your favorite pilot from home. Just head over to shopdrl.io to grab jerseys and the latest gear from DRL. It all comes down to this. Who is made to win? Halo Walker versus Vanover. 1v1 to become the champion of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud.
DRL fans, how are you feeling? It's time to get excited for a night of drone racing.
I think we're ready for some racing. What do you guys think?
It's going to be close.
Drone Racing League, brought to you by Google Cloud. By Dragonfly, North America made and manufactured drone and AI solutions. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high. Welcome back for the conclusion of Level 2, the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. It is now time for the Golden Heat, and it is 1v1, Jordan. This doesn't happen very often. It is going to be Halo Walker versus Vanover. Pick him, my friend.
Oh, man, that's a tough one. You know, Vanover, at least in these finals, does have the fastest time between the two of them. But Halo is much more consistent overall. So, I mean, I think I'm going to have to go for Vanover. He's been doing this a long time. He's going to be calm, collected, and fast.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it. Let's go through the two that are here, their colors, and more importantly, their starting podiums. Halo Walker flies the flashing pink drone. He will be on P1. Vanover, the disco drone, on podium 4. Final Golden Heats. The search for a champion ends here. Great start by Halo. He's got the whole shot and already a good sizable lead. Is they're around the west group. Now he'll lead Vanover through the square gate and into the Google Cloud gate. Vanover closes the gap. Wow! How about that pass? Vanover moves into the lead. He just flew by Halo.
Wow, that was an incredible pass by Vanover. He knew exactly what he had to do in that moment, and it was just a really tight Google Cloud gate, wasn't it?
On to lap number 2, a distant second now. Halo, you can't even call it a stalking position because Vanover has put the pedal down. Speed against speed. Oh, Vanover's out! He crashes in the Google Cloud gate, and Halo is up alone.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Halo Walker getting fancy and putting on a show for the crowd. He came into this season wanting to prove he could fly IRL, and he has done it. Yeah! Go ahead and Google Halo Walker, and you will find winner. Let's go!
Trying.
Good job, man. Hey, we proud of you. And how much you wanted this, all right? Enjoy this night.
This is all you, man. This is your mic, all right?
Paul, that pass of Vanover's was textbook.
Despite having to start well behind Halo Walker, Vanover executed early to get out front and set the pace for this heat. He made a perfectly straight line from the west group to the square gate, where he cut it as tight as possible. Halo Walker went a little wide out of the square gate, and Vanover was able to pass him into the cloud gate by keeping on that tight line. Vanover got out front and gave himself a huge gap. It was his race to lose. The Google Cloud Gate is make or break on this course. Lap 1, it was a make, but lap 2 for Vanover was a break. With adrenaline surging, Vanover misjudged his turn through the Google Cloud Gate and blew a huge lead. The last time Halo Walker raced in front of an audience, it ended in disappointment. But today he kept it clean. He kept it in the air when it was all to play for. He's doing flips. He's doing rolls. He is celebrating all his hard work all the way through the rest of this course to bring it home for the level win.
This is a 1v1 battle in the Golden Heat. Halo Walker with an early lead, getting chased by Vanover and the disco drone. Down to the square gate they go. Vanover already making up some ground. Down to the Google Cloud Split S. Vanover making the pass. Up to the roof they come, down to the flight deck. Sweeper. Halo Walker is making up some ground maybe, but Vanover is killing it. Down to the Pentagon gate they go. There's one lap left to define the champion tonight. You have to cheer on your favorite pilot. They need to hear you, everyone. Vanover's in first. Halo Walker's in second. If you're wearing a Halo Walker jersey, you need to be yelling. Vanover goes down! Vanover goes down! Halo Walker is out front! Halo Walker
Walker could take this home tonight. The peak drone of Halo Walker up to the roof, back down to the Pentagon gate. He is about to come, and all the way down to the finish. Your possible champion, Halo Walker. Wow.
Halo Walker's always said he loves this sport because of the adrenaline and the battles. He got both in that golden heat. Your podium from level 2, Halo Walker on the top step, the veteran Vanover in second, and MCK finishes in third. Vanover may have come in second, but his winning time of 104.7 in Heat 4 was the U.S. Air Force fastest heat of the finals. Vanover took the lead through the flight deck sweeper on lap 1 and never looked back. Here are the overall season standings after 2 levels. Halo Walker moves to the top, now 9 points ahead of Vanover. MCK sits in third with Alex FPV in fourth at 28.
Congratulations to Halo Walker, the champion of the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud.
That does it for the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. Congrats again to Halo Walker. Follow DRL on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Temkin, Paul Nurkala, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Craig Hummer. Thanks for watching. This is a copyrighted broadcast of Drone Racing League Incorporated. It may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of Drone Racing League Incorporated.